Hey there, welcome back to Stick It Real, where we keep things simple, real, and all about helping you shine in 2025. Let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a social situation, like a party or a work event, and felt your stomach drop because you were so nervous about what to say or how people would see you? I've totally been there. Just last month, I was invited to a friend's birthday dinner with a bunch of people I didn't know, and I spent the whole day worrying about it. I kept thinking, what if I say something awkward? What if they don't like me? I even considered making up an excuse to skip it because the idea of talking to new people felt so overwhelming. But here's the thing. What if I told you that social confidence is actually way simpler than you think? I know it sounds too good to be true, but stick with me because I've discovered a super easy way to feel more confident in any social setting, and it's completely changed how I show up in those moments. In this video, I'm going to share my 3-step ShineBrite blueprint that takes the fear out of social situations and helps you feel more comfortable and confident, no matter who you're talking to. We'll go through the 3 steps together. I'll tell you how this blueprint helped me have an amazing time at that birthday dinner I was so nervous about, and I'll share a few extra tips to make social confidence second nature for you. By the end of this video, you'll have a simple, actionable plan to boost your social confidence, whether you're at a party, a networking event, or just chatting with someone new. So, let's dive in and make social confidence something you can totally master, because you've got this. Before we get into the solution, let's talk about why social confidence feels so hard for so many of us. Have you ever felt like you're the only one in the room who doesn't know what to say? That was me at that birthday dinner I mentioned. I walked in, saw all these people laughing and talking, and I immediately felt like I didn't belong. I kept thinking, everyone else seems so confident. What's wrong with me? And the pressure to say the right thing or make a good impression. It's a lot, right? For a lot of us, social situations feel like a test we're doomed to fail. If you're a bit shy or introverted, like I can be, it's even tougher. It feels like you have to be this super outgoing, witty person just to fit in, and that can make you want to avoid social situations altogether. But here's the truth. Social confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room or having the perfect thing to say every time. So many of us overthink it, and that's what holds us back. We tell ourselves, I'm too awkward, or I'm not interesting enough, and before we even open our mouth, we've already decided we're not good at this. I used to feel that way all the time, and it stopped me from making new friends, building connections, and even just enjoying myself in social settings. But once I realized that social confidence is really just about being yourself in a way that feels good, and that you don't have to be perfect to do it, I started to see it differently. That's where the ShineBrite blueprint comes in. It's a simple, 3-step approach that takes away the fear and makes social confidence feel surprisingly easy. Let's break it down together. Step 1. Breathe and ground yourself. All right, let's get into the first step of the ShineBrite blueprint. Breathe and ground yourself. This step is all about calming your nerves before you even start talking to anyone, so you can walk into any social situation feeling more centered and in control. Here's how it works. When you feel that nervous energy creeping in, like your heart's racing or your palms are sweaty, take a moment to pause and breathe deeply. I'm talking about a slow, intentional breath. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 4 seconds. Do this 3 times, and you'll feel your body start to relax. Then ground yourself by noticing your surroundings. Feel your feet on the floor. Look around and name 3 things you can see, like a chair, a window, and a lamp. This little trick helps you get out of your head and back into the moment. I tried this at that birthday dinner I was so nervous about. I got to the restaurant, and I could feel my anxiety spiking as I walked in. So, I stepped to the side, took 3 deep breaths, and grounded myself by noticing the wooden floor under my feet, the fairy lights on the wall, and the sound of laughter in the room. It took less than a minute, but it made such a difference. I felt calmer and more present. You can do this anywhere, at a party, before a meeting, or even while you're waiting to meet a friend. It's such a small step, but it helps you reset so you're not walking into a conversation feeling overwhelmed. So that's step 1, breathe and ground yourself, and you'll be ready to shine in any social setting. Step 2, lead with a compliment. Now that you're feeling more grounded, let's move on to step 2, lead with a compliment. This step is all about starting a conversation in a way that feels natural and makes the other person feel good, which instantly boosts your confidence too. Here's the idea. When you meet someone, find one genuine thing you can compliment them on. It could be something simple like, I love your jacket, it's such a cool color. Or, you have such a great energy, it's awesome to meet you. The key is to be sincere. Don't say something you don't mean, just notice something you genuinely like and share it. Compliments are a great way to break the ice because they make the other person feel seen, and that creates a positive vibe right from the start. At that birthday dinner, after I grounded myself, I walked up to someone and said, Hey, I love your earrings. They're so unique. She smiled, said thank you, and started telling me about where she got them. That one compliment led to a whole conversation, and I didn't have to stress about what to say next because she took the lead. If you're in a more professional setting, like a networking event, you might say something like, I really admired the way you spoke in that meeting. It was so clear and inspiring. Leading with a compliment takes the pressure off you to be super witty or clever, and it sets a friendly tone for the rest of the conversation. So, step 2 is to lead with a compliment, and you'll be amazed at how much easier it makes connecting with people. Step 3, listen and reflect. All right, we're on to the third step of the ShineBrite blueprint. Listen and reflect. This step is all about keeping the conversation going in a way that feels effortless and helps you build a real connection. Here's how it works. After you've given your compliment and the other person responds, really listen to what they're saying and then reflect back something they shared. For example, if they say, Thanks, I got these earrings on a trip to Italy, you might reflect by saying, That's so cool. Italy sounds amazing. What was your favorite part of the trip? Reflecting shows that you're paying attention, and it keeps the conversation flowing naturally without you having to come up with something new to say. At the birthday dinner, after the woman told me about her earrings, I said, That's awesome. I've always wanted to visit Italy. What was your favorite thing about it? She lit up and started telling me about the food and the scenery, and I just listened and nodded along. I didn't have to worry about being interesting because I was showing interest in her, and that made me feel more confident too. You can use this in any setting. If someone at work mentions a project they're working on, reflect with, That sounds like a big project. How's it going so far? Listening and reflecting makes the other person feel heard, and it takes the pressure off you to perform. So, that's step 3, listen and reflect, and you'll find that conversations feel so much easier and more enjoyable. Let me tell you how the ShineBrite blueprint completely changed my experience at that birthday dinner. Like I said, I was so nervous walking into the restaurant. I spent the whole day overthinking it and almost didn't go. But I decided to try this 3-step method and see what happened. Step 1. I breathed and grounded myself. I took a moment outside the restaurant to do my deep breathing and notice my surroundings, the wooden floor, the fairy lights, the laughter. It calmed me down enough to walk in without feeling like I was going to panic. Step 2. I led with a compliment. I walked up to someone, smiled, and said, I love your earrings, they're so unique. She smiled back, and we started talking about her trip to Italy. Then came step 3. I listened and reflected. When she mentioned Italy, I asked, That's awesome. What was your favorite thing about it? That led to a whole conversation about her travels, and before I knew it, we were laughing and chatting like old friends. I ended up having such a great time at that dinner. I made a new friend, and I even got invited to a book club she hosts. None of that would have happened if I'd let my nerves stop me from showing up. The ShineBrite blueprint made social confidence feel so simple. I didn't have to be the loudest or the funniest person in the room. I just had to be myself in a way that felt good. I know this can work for you too, whether you're at a party, a work event, or just meeting someone new. Before we wrap up, I want to share a few quick tips to make the ShineBrite blueprint stick for you. First, practice your deep breathing at home. It sounds basic, but the more you do it, the more natural it'll feel in the moment. Second, keep a mental list of go-to compliments, like commenting on someone's style, energy, or something they said. It'll make starting conversations less intimidating. And finally, when you're listening, really focus on what the other person is saying instead of thinking about what you'll say next. It makes reflecting so much easier. Oh, and one more thing, don't aim for perfection. Social confidence is about showing up as you are, and the more you practice these steps, the more natural it'll feel. So there you have it. Social confidence really is surprisingly simple, thanks to the 3-step ShineBrite blueprint. To recap, breathe and ground yourself, lead with a compliment, and listen and reflect to build easy, meaningful conversations. You've got everything you need to feel more confident in any social setting, and I'm so excited for you to try this out. I'd love to hear how it goes, so let me know in the comments. What's one social situation you're going to use this blueprint for? Share your wins with me. I can't wait to cheer you on. If you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss more tips to make 2025 your best year yet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's keep it real with Stick It Real.